Hey, what a do, baby boo. In this video, I'm just going to teach you how to carry from the jungle in Season 7. For those of you who don't know, the changes that were made to the jungle, there were a couple of assassin changes, and there was like changes to the plants, the one where you jump over or whatever. There's the one where it reveals the wards and all that stuff. And then there was also changes, like there was changes to the buffs, like they don't have the mini camps anymore, and then the raptors all of a sudden had heaps of frickin' babies, and then the krugs spawn more babies and shit like that. So let's get in to the gist of the video. First thing is strategy. The first thing that you need to worry about when it comes to carrying from the jungle in Season 7 is strategy. Most people who play jungle only know ganking and farming. That's like the majority of players, bronze, silver, gold, they only know ganking and farming. You get to the next level, and people start to know things about warding and counter ganking and counter jungling and stuff like that. Then you get to diamond, actually not even diamond, but like diamond 1, masters and challengers. The really, really high elo, the really good players know about the next quote-unquote paradigm of jungling, which is, it's more about, it's understanding the flow of the game, it's being at the right place at the right time. It's those concepts that aren't necessarily tactics, and it's hard to teach someone. It's hard to teach someone the concept of being at the right place at the right time because it's not a specific, it's a principle, it's a concept. If we talk about the strategy, the first thing you need to do is go and watch my League of Legends Challenger jungle guides. Okay, I'll put the link in the description, or I'll put it somewhere so you can have a gaze at it and so you can watch those videos. They are long videos, they're like 20 minutes or 10 minutes or something, but the value, the stuff that is contained in that video is honestly some stuff that I've never ever seen in any other jungle videos. And I'm not even saying that to be like to sound marketing. Like this is never seen before jungle material, and it's fucking stemmed from a Korean penis or some shit. The scrotum of a Korean challenger player. I'm not even saying it to sound marketing. I'm just saying it because I've literally never ever seen it in any other jungle guide. The only jungle guide that I saw it in has 2,000 views, and it's a Korean one, and I had to get my challenger jungle mate to translate it, and I don't share it. I've only shared it with like 7 people. I don't share it with many people. So the League of Legends Challenger jungle guides, go check those out. Learn the jungling tactics. Okay, if you're completely new, you should learn the stuff like ganking, farming, counter jungling, and warding and stuff like that. This isn't going to be a guide on how to do all those things separately. Please go use your initiative and go search for it for yourself. Okay, there's so many guides on these little tactics, the ganking and farming and shit like that. You can go do it yourself. And then the last thing about strategy is, in particular, it's you have to learn the paradigms of jungle strategy, okay? And in my opinion, there's 3 paradigms. Like I said, when you first start off, you suck dick and you don't even know, like you barely even know ganking and farming, and there's so much information about the game that you don't understand. You're legit just like a complete newbie who's stuck. You're like a chicken with his head cut off kind of thing. You're just doing whatever you want. Second paradigm is ganking and farming, and you see that a lane's pushed up and you can potentially gank him, and then you farm maybe on the right side. No, you don't even farm on the right side of the map. You just farm wherever you want, and then you farm where the ganks are and stuff like that. Oh, and maybe you chuck in a little bit of counter jungling, and maybe you chuck in a bit of warding here and there. But the next paradigm is it's not specifics. It's not things like gank here or do this. It's more about being in the right place at the right time and stuff like that. Second thing that you need to worry about on how to carry from the jungle in Season 7 is champions, okay? This was last meta. I don't know what the meta is now in regards to tank junglers, but we're just going to use last jungle meta examples. People like Zac and Olaf and shit like that. The ones that are relatively easy to play and they're tanky as dick and they do a little bit of damage. You can play them if you want to. Damage ones, I know this one. Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Rengar, and Nidalee. Actually, I don't know if Nidalee's still good. And Evelynn. Damage-centric junglers. They're more carry-centric, like you can carry with them pretty easy if you know how to snowball an early lead and shit like that. I always recommend the damage ones, but only because, maybe it's only because I know how to carry with them. So if you don't know how to carry with them, maybe you should go with a tank jungler. Just play both types of junglers, the more tanky ones and then the more damage ones, and see which one works best for your playstyle. Personally, for me, I played ones like, Nidalee, I don't know if you know, but last season I got to Diamond with like an 80% win rate, like 86% win rate on Nidalee or some shit. It was crack up. So yeah, that's one thing to worry about, is the choice of champion that you choose. For a more up-to-date guide on jungle champions, honestly, go do it yourself, okay? Stop relying on me for so much information. I'm not the only source of League of Legends information on the internet. Go type in Google or on YouTube, patch 6.2 to whatever, jungle champs. And then the third one is order of importance, okay? I've come to realize that if you're going to put your focus and your efforts and your energy on something, you need to put it on the right thing, okay? It's like the story that I said. It's like the story. I remember this dude that we used to go to church with, my brother said to him he's such a hard worker, but this dude was a janitor. And I'm thinking in my head, who gives a fuck if he's a hard worker? He's a janitor. Like, not demeaning the role of a janitor. I'm not trying to be a dickhead to janitors, but if you're going to put your efforts on something, shouldn't you put your efforts on something that's more valuable, that has more value to it rather than the lowest value? You know what I mean? So figure out the strategy or the order of importance that you should place your efforts in. Number one, for me, okay, like I said, is strategy. The League of Legends can I speak English today? The League of Legends Challenger Jungle Guides, you should check them out, and you should put heaps of importance on learning those concepts of being in the right place at the right time, being on the right side of the map, understanding the flow of the game, having a good picture of where the enemy jungle is going to be, predicting the enemy jungle pathing, stuff like that, without wards and stuff like that. That's a really, really important one. But to understand that, you have to first understand the concepts of like ganking and farming and the tactics, and you have to know the tactics and stuff like that. So put all your efforts first off on the strategy, on that overall strategy. Second on ganking and farming and looking at a lane and being like, oh yeah, is this gankable, stuff like that. Am I farming on the correct side of the map? When you're hitting the jungle camps and stuff like that, you should be hitting the F keys and looking at your laners and looking at the state of the lane and seeing, you know, predicting. You think to yourself, okay, my top lane's all the way pushed up and he's got no wards. Maybe the enemy Evelyn is on the top side of the map now. He's going to go for a gank. Or bot lane is under, my bot lane is under their turret, so they're safe from farming. But mid lane is pushed all the way up. He's pushing the enemy mid laner. So Evelyn's obviously not going to gank bot unless it's a dive. Okay, but then is my bot lane low enough to dive? If the answer is yes, then maybe you should get some wardage around there and make sure that Evelyn's not going to come and gank them. If the answer is no, then maybe you should go mid lane and protect protect your mid lane from getting ganked because she's not going to dive bot or some shit like that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Last thing I'm going to say is this. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Okay, check the description for my social media stuff, because I'm trying to grow my social media so I can do other shit rather than just League of Legends. I think on Snapchat we almost hit like 150 followers. Like I always see 150 people like watch my Snapchats and shit, and I always post crack up ass stuff with my family, stuff with my bros, heaps of food that I eat. I'm really into my health and fitness stuff, so if you want to check out the food that I eat and maybe some of my workout stuff, then check out my Snapchat. Instagram, same stuff. I post heaps of shit with my boys and all that stuff. And Facebook, I just post little updates every now and then. And the very, very last thing I'm going to say is this. I understand that a lot of you people look to me as an authoritative figure for League of Legends information. Like, you see me as a good source of information. First off, I'm grateful for that, and obviously I understand that, you know, if I was in your shoes, I would do the same, because obviously I think I provide really, really valuable information that teaches you how to become a better League of Legends player. So you're obviously going to want to ask me more questions. I have no problem with answering questions. The thing that I want you to do, though, is not waste my time with your questions, okay? Because some people ask me the stupidest freaking questions. Answers to questions that I've already made a video about, but then they chuck it in my YouTube comments, or then they Facebook message me about, and I'm like, are you fucking... do you have any consideration for my time at all? Like, I'm a quote-unquote busy person. I got my internet marketing stuff to do, I got my study to do, I got my writing to do, I got my training to do, I got to hang out with my boys, I got all the shit that I need to do. So if you want to ask me a question, first off, make sure that I haven't already asked the question in the first place, like in a video or somewhere. Just go look for yourself, use your initiative. And second off, if you're going to ask the question, don't spend like 3,000 words on trying to answer me the question when you can just put it into a concise format for me to answer with a couple of words. Be more considerate of my time. That's all I'm asking for. I know that might sound angry, but I'm just trying to help as much people as I can with this League of Legends stuff, and I can't help as much people as I can if I'm getting fucking 1,000-word essays on which jungle champs to choose. Like, if you got a question like which jungle champs do you choose, go to Google and do that. Okay, I'll do a video on it at some point, but just don't pester me. Okay, please? I love you if you do. I'll suck you off. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. Shana Docs.